Chapter 44. She was surrounded by darkness when she woke up. Well, not complete darkness. There was a blurry light behind her, casting a silhouette of her head on the wall before her. Her back hurt, and she noticed she lay on a concrete floor. She propped herself up on her elbows and slowly turned toward the light. A woman sat next to a lantern. Tori jumped to her feet, then instantly regretted it. Her heart pounded in her head, and she stumbled. "Careful, honey," the woman said. "I found you conked out on the sidewalk. I think you worked out too much." "No such thing," Tori said with a laugh. "Where are we?" "The cinema," the woman said with a flourish. Tori looked to her right and saw a small theater screen, vaguely illuminated by the lantern. "Are you Amelia?" she asked the woman. "I am. Adam told me about you. I was starting to think he'd made you up." "You feeling all right?" Amelia asked. Tori looked down and saw that she was massaging her sternum. "I'm fine, just anxiety." "What do you have to be anxious about?" "It was my stupid dentist. A few months ago, I went in to get a deep cleaning and he checked my blood pressure. Said I was pre-hypertensive and that I could have a heart attack just walking down the street. 3 days later, I had my first ever panic attack. Since I didn't know what it was, I assumed it was the fabled heart attack the dentist warned me about. I went to the ER, but the cardiologist said my heart was fine." "Oh, my, that sounds awful." "It was scary, but it was just too much caffeine raising my blood pressure, so I cut back, and now it's normal. I still get palpitations sometimes, though." "Well, I'm sorry to hear that," Amelia said quietly as she looked toward the silver screen. Tori suddenly realized how petty her problems sounded compared to the homeless woman's. "I'm sorry. I know a lot of other people have it worse than me." Amelia quickly looked at her. "Oh, no, it's not that. It's just, my husband also had high blood pressure before. He was taken. Adam told me about that. You think a man took him." "I know a man took him," Amelia said heatedly. "The same man who killed those kids." "What kids?" Amelia retrieved something from behind her and handed it to Tori. It was today's newspaper. Tori couldn't remember the last time she'd read one of these. The paper was open to a story about 3 people in their early 20s who'd gone missing. 2 men, brothers, and 1 woman. "The girl worked at the GNC in this mall," Amelia said. "She was dating one of those boys. The other was his brother." "Was?" Tori asked as she sat down. "They're dead." "How do you know?" "I heard the screams. They echoed throughout the mall." That sent an undeniable shiver down Tori's spine. "Did you tell the police?" Amelia quickly shook her head. "I can't tell them I'm here or they'll make me leave. Besides, they wouldn't believe me." "I'm sure that's not true." Tori reached over the lantern and caressed the woman's shoulder. "Adam didn't believe me." "Well, I believe you. I think we found the store where these 3 were killed. I found blood. I'll talk to Adam when he gets back." "Back from where?" Tori sighed. "I wish I knew." "It doesn't matter," Amelia said next. "He won't believe me. No one ever believes me." "What do you mean?" "My husband never believed me when I told him people were following me everywhere I went. Every time I went to Walmart, for instance, I'd see the same people following me around the store, looking at all the stuff I looked at. If I took something off a shelf, looked at it, then put it back, those people would grab that item and examine it. I used to grab a baseball bat and carry that around to show those motherfuckers I wasn't scared of them." Tori said nothing. She was starting to see why people had a hard time believing this poor woman. "And one time, I went to visit my ailing mother in another state, and I saw those same people over there following me. My mama saw them too. And don't even get me started on some woman who kept parking behind my house every damn night. I'm telling you, she was spying on us through our internet." Tori nodded kindly. She didn't believe a word the woman said, and figured she was dealing with a schizophrenic. She also knew Amelia would only believe what she wanted to believe, and that arguing with her would be pointless. "You don't believe me," Amelia said suddenly, pulling Tori from her thoughts. "I see that look on your face. It's the same my husband gave me every time I told him about it." "I believe you," Tori lied. "I was just wondering, how did you and your husband end up homeless?" "We fell on hard times," Amelia said, scratching her head and looking around. "Herbert's job let him go, and I think that's why the people followed me around. They wanted to make sure we didn't give away any of the company's secrets. They had our phones tapped, too. I always heard static on the line. They must have sent someone to kill Herbert. They left me because I don't know anything." Tori grew more uncomfortable by the second. She didn't believe people ever followed Amelia, especially not to other states. But she did believe her about the kids being killed in the mall. "Amelia, I promise I'll help you find out what happened to your husband and those kids. Okay?" After a brief moment of thought, Amelia nodded.